Alright folks, welcome back. It's Mysterious JG. It's Let's Play Final Fantasy X. And I kinda, sort of, didn't save it the last video, so I just had to replay through some crap. And I kind of shortcutted slightly by using Riku's Mix Overdrive to take a big chunk out of Seymour, and yeah, I had to go through that boss fight again, because I screwed up. So, yeah. And I'm not going to worry about getting that level 3 key sphere because we do get it. And the game will be loading later because, as I've already told you, I played ahead a bit and started farming for key spheres, but now I just have to play back to that point in the on-screen action. And there is one neat little thing that I kind of, should have showed you guys. And I'm going to do a quick save state. And then I'm going to do a quick load state. And here we are fighting Seymour crazy spaceship form, and haven't even done Yuna's talk command. Titus dead, Riku's almost dead. Bahamut's dead. Interesting. I just want to show you something I kind of forgot to show you, which is what happens when you summon Aeons against Seymour. It's interesting how Titus hopped back up from the dead and ran off in the back of behind Yuna. Still have these short form summons activated. And I'm just doing an attack because I'm not really interested in winning. I just want to end the turn, see what happens.
Death awaits you.
Seymour says, "Death awaits you," all dramatically. Does a little arm gesture and defeats your Aeons instantly. Aeons therefore become meat shields. I don't know how you're supposed to time it, but there's a way to time it so that you summon your Aeon and it eats. Well, I'll just show you his big attack. Seymour watches and waits. Total annihilation. I guess if his turn comes up before Mortar Bodies, yeah. And that's what typically happens when you get hit with that attack. You don't have shell applied. Because Yuna was at full health. And there's Yuna's corpse. She has a lovely corpse, doesn't she? Alright, that was creepy, JD. So anyway, I just wanted to show you Seymour going, "Death awaits you." And I did a little arm gesture, although you couldn't see. And, yeah, let's get back to it. Now, we might be hearing some dialogue over again, like Waka will probably say this thing about steaks. But, we got the first trial of Gagazet passed, which caused these stairs to appear, I believe. So, let's see what other trials and tribulations are ahead of us. These guys, we fought them before. Usually one of them along with 2 or 3 of those stupid seed-spitting guys. Don't feel like worrying about them again. And same group, and same result. Just can't be bothered, folks. We've got a lot. I know that I'm going to be loading off screen, so there's no point in grinding. And B, there's just a lot of plot stuff that I'd like to get to. I thought something happens when Riku encounters these things.
Wow! Say, is that edible?
Let's ask Thud. Not edible. Those are actually interesting enemies. I've fought a few of them in the off-screen action. They have really high physical defense, like all Flan enemies in the Final Fantasy games. They have really high magical defense. They also use White Wind, and they use White Wind as a reaction ability. White Wind is a spell which heals the user by their total current number of hit points. So if you're at less than half defeated, White Wind will restore you back to full health. Something like that. I don't need to bother with these. I fought a lot of these guys to get Riku's overdrive refilled after using an overdrive to defeat Seymour in my off-screen action to get back to this point after I realized I hadn't saved. But anyway, yeah, those Flan guys can be kind of interesting. I might fight one on camera just so you guys can see. The second trial of Gagazet. In case you were wondering, you do have to do them in this order. It's an incredibly straightforward kind of thing because you can't get to the second trial without doing the first trial. It's not really that much of a puzzle. The stairs appear when you do the first one. You saw how there was 2 paths I could have gone on. When I climbed those stairs, I could have gone left or right. But yeah, the right path is blocked off until you do this. Hit the 3 panels simultaneously. Check each size before deciding who to send. Select hole, confirm, back. I really don't know what you're supposed to do here. It seems like Riku is the smallest. Titus is the next smallest. Waka is the largest. Apparently that was wrong. Try this instead. If there's a logic to this puzzle, I have no idea what it is. But there's really not that many different possibilities, so I just keep messing with it until you win. And you do win, and I go back here to check and see if there's a treasure, and I get attacked. And I flee, because I don't care about this. I do not care about this, neither should you folks, oh yeah. Yeah, I get a fortune sphere, that's worth getting. Pretty sure I got it off screen when I went through. That's when it will count, of course, because I'll be loading state later. So we'll continue on with this. Remember how I said, I think I said at some point previously in this LP, that I found the Gagazet cave to be one of the hardest areas? I was talking about the generic monsters you fight here. They tend to be a pain in the ass. You can't wander that far from a save sphere without needing a save sphere to restore your health and magic. But flee command continues to work, and which makes all areas equally difficult because you just keep encountering stuff and fleeing from them. Probably not that exciting to watch, but you've seen me beat those fish enemies before. I mean, the other thing I could do is, that some LPers do, is edit out encounters. Call me lazy, but that just takes a lot of time and energy. So I think that made this appear. I don't think this was here before, was it? Maybe it was. Run away. Run away from that thing and run away from those guys and keep running away and sing after the song is done. Oh, I remember there being a story scene here. Have I done all the trials?
Upon us soon. She has sent fiends to test our summoner's strength.
She who? Undertaker.
Who is she?
Unaleska.
Lady Unaleska.
Did I stutter?
In Zanarkand, she awaits the arrival of the strongest.
She's praying for a healthy battle.
She is still alive?
As much as Micah and Seymour.
I see.
Lost your nerve?
No.
Scared of zombies?
Nothing
Wussy.
frightens me now.
Oh yeah. I got a really scary clown
Braska
hand
would be
puppet.
proud.
Then I must not let him down.
And Riku poses sexily. So, I thought there was more to do in here, actually. I kind of screwed up on that one. The behemoth. Doesn't work. Let's get rid of him.
As you wish.
Let's bring him back.
How many steaks you think we can get out of these?
These nuts. I think I did that last time, didn't I? Yeah. Nothing frightens me now. All right, you sound as brave and determined as a little girl can, but you are basically, kind of a little girl. So nothing frightens me now. And I tried to make Orin say a really scary clown hand puppet, but I don't know if it came out. Just got done checking Riff Tracks short, which featured a terrifying little clown doll called Old Bobo, I think it was called. Yeah. So I got terrifying clown hand puppets on the mind. Even though it's more like a jack-in-the-box, it wasn't really a clown hand puppet. So I'm coming down here to check... Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Maybe this is just extending the agony. Yeah, sorry, it's probably not the most exciting video right now, me running away from stuff, but I thought I remembered... Yeah, there's a path off to the left there, or the right, excuse me. A little temporary dyslexia. That's why it's good to have Riku in the party. She gets to act first, and now she has the flee skill. Makes it a lot easier to get out of crap like this. I'm curious now. 19 agility, 21, 32. Wow, Titus is actually one of the slowest characters in the party. He's faster than Kamari, and that's it. Just goes to show that these characters did not level up precisely the way that they're normally supposed to. That would have been blocked before. And I thought there was another trial of Gagazet over here. But then 2 of them was enough to get me to the next little plot sequence and end of the level. So this just leads to... Oh, some treasure chests. Turn sphere. Oh, Brain Ring. And you can see this is actually the other side of that pit that we were on the other side of this before. Okay. I'm not sure if I even got those on my other playthrough. I don't really remember there being 2 treasure chests hanging around in this place, but I thought that there was another piece of... you've got to beat this puzzlery. First puzzle, you have to throw Waka's ball through like a thing. Not really much of a puzzle. Second one, there's a puzzle that you're supposed to solve. I didn't figure it out, I just kept messing with it. If I ever get around to LPing Zork Nemesis, which I'd like to do, although it's really not stable in a modern operating system at all. But if it's not so much that it's stable, it has huge problems with you try to control it with a mouse and use the cursor to navigate on the screen, and it just starts zipping around. There's a name for the issue I'm talking about, and I don't remember what it is. Like panning issues. Yeah. The point I'm getting at is there are a lot of puzzles in that game where you just kind of keep fiddling with it and eventually you solve it without actually figuring out exactly what you were supposed to have done. You're just like, well, I'll click this thing, I'll click this thing, I'll click this thing. Oh, okay, well, it's I won. Don't understand it, but I won. Okay, I'll defeat a party. These guys are like, it's more trouble than it's worth almost to run away from them. They're so easy to defeat, you just keep stealing. What are they doing in here anyway? I mean, I get the cave monsters, but the Renegade Machina wandering around in here? Would the monsters be fighting against them? It raises an interesting point if the monsters in this cave should be fighting each other, too. I was just wondering if I'd run into one of those, because I did intend to actually fight one. It's immune to that. Can use magic break on them.
You place too much trust in your magic.
Spell to the cave for extra goofiness. Let's scan this bad boy. Resistant to physical attacks and cuts all elemental damage by half. Casts non-elemental magic like Demi, Bio, Blair, Osmos, and Drain. Kamari can learn White Wind. I didn't notice if it was immune to slow or not, but... Well, he doesn't even have slow, so screw it. Do you know White Wind yet, Kamari? I know you do on my other save. Apparently you don't, but now you do. Okay. I think you can silence this guy. Although White Wind seems to work. He seems to do White Wind as a reaction ability after he's taken a certain amount of damage, even with silence applied, which seems really cheesy.
This might help your complexion.
Yeah, I believe she said that in the last video too. Ah, it's muted. No, wait a minute. It said use bio. The frickin' scan tips and tricks thing lied to us. Okay, well, it was going to do a magic attack, but it was silenced. And now it's silenced some more. Demi reduces HP of all enemies by 1/4, so of course, as you damage the thing, it will do less and less damage. Oh, that didn't really do very much at all, did it? Elemental magic doesn't do much to it, which makes it kind of frustrating to fight, actually. Truth be told, these guys are really kind of difficult to get rid of unless you've got certain spells at your disposal, which we don't have yet. And that becomes really annoying. He doesn't actually have... Demi. Now, if we did Mental Break, we could lower its magic resistance, and Orange should have that, but of course I haven't leveled him up on his normal path. This is also very frustrating. It will use Osmos on you. It doesn't actually need the MP, because it's not really governed under the same rules for MP that we are, but it will still do that, which is annoying. So let's summon to get rid of it. Feels like a cheat. Crush this thing easily with my party on the state we're going to load from, because at that point I've actually picked up Flare with a couple of characters. Woo! Yeah. This is non-elemental magic damage, I believe, so this should work fairly well. But no, it actually doesn't. Kind of sucks against him. Demi will never actually finish off Bahamut, and he doesn't seem to be using White Wind. It seems like his pattern shifts around a bit when he's fighting a summoned creature. Use Osmos, I don't really care about that. But yeah, that's not really how you're supposed to fight them. You're supposed to defeat them using your regular characters and magic and stuff, and it just wasn't going that well, so I said screw it. We've got bigger fish to fry coming up in a second. So the Mount Gagazet trials really weren't all that terribly involved after all. Not if you run away from everything like a coward. And I remember there being a teleport panel up here, but maybe we have to beat the next boss before it pops up. We're lucky there. Riku is not in the party. I thought we were going to have to get attacked on the first turn of battle. So maybe it's after you beat this thing that's coming up in a moment, but I thought there was a teleporter here.
Comes.
It. Oh, I don't come now with Seymour. That's why we couldn't get married. TG's mentioned that before, and it was gross then too. Well, here's a fun-looking new friend. All right, guys. Let's Scan on first turn, pretty much always. Sanctuary Keeper! Its photon wing attack causes confusion, sleep, silence, darkness, curse. Jeez. And other status effects. Tail Sweep negates haste and delays target's next turn. Uses healing magic and reflect amongst other spells. It's immune to zombie, petrification, confusion, provoke, sleep, silence, eject. Okay, well it doesn't look like it's immune to slow, and it doesn't look like it's immune to darkness. This is a very irritating attack, though. I found in the past playing this boss fight, it's better to just end it fast by doing damage and not messing around with trying to get a lot of buffs going. Did not manage to inflict dark there. Did not appear to be immune to slow. But it does use the spell Haste, and it appears to do it without using a turn. That's obnoxious. Silence, poison, death. Really hoping to find something that would inflict slow again. You know what? No, screw that. I'd forgotten about that, although I did know that. It just slipped my mind. Screw that. It cast Haste and it didn't even use a turn. Haste is an auto reaction spell. I think those are bullshit. They use that too much in this game, although frankly the fact that there's like no time pressure to make decisions in a game from this era is kind of ridiculous anyway. So I mean, this is not really a particularly difficult game, all told, and I shouldn't complain too much about that sort of thing, but... No, I think it's bullshit when stuff just auto-reacts to something like that, because basically, casting slow on it, like, ensures you'll have a much tougher battle. And that doesn't seem right to me. So we're just going to start over again, and we're not going to use slow on it. I will cast Scan on it, though, just so we can track its HP throughout the fight.
It comes!
So let's scan him. I mean, I guess I could have used a spell on him. Yeah, I should have done that instead of just chickening out. Just take a turn, call it lesson learned. This is an annoying because it inflicts dark, and the only time that it's really bad is if it inflicts confuse. And I try to equip as many people as possible with the anti-confuse, you know, the armor that prevents confuse. Curse, I believe, stops your overdrive meter from recharging, which is annoying because, like I said, the best way to beat this guy, since he inflicts lots of status stuff, is just to finish it quickly. And overdrives are very helpful there. Although, Asuna does not get rid of, yeah, you can't even use overdrives even if you got one stocked up. So let's use Vanishing Blade, or Shooting Star might be the one that inflicts, breaks. Or maybe not, because it doesn't appear to have breaks. So that'll be nice. Won't do that much damage to us with these attacks. Oh, he's like blind. See if he hid. Yeah. Ah! Guess I'll go ahead and try Bad Breath. Whatever I can inflict on will be inflicted. Well, not all of the stats are available through Bad Breath, but... Nope! That did no good at all. Alright, we'll do Magic Break. The other two breaks, the defensive breaks, apparently can be applied, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Not delay attack on Mana Breath. Ouch. But it only hits one target, so that's not too bad. Seemed like it was immune to bio. There we go. Bosses that are not immune to bio are great. It's got a Seymour though. Suna is an auto-react ability. That's annoying. Alright, use a damn remedy and get rid of the stupid stuff he's applied to you. Hopefully he doesn't get rid of curse too. Not that I'm really... No, it doesn't get rid of curse. It's immune to Demi. It probably is. Yeah. Bosses tend to be immune to Demi. It doesn't always tell you. Silence Buster, will that prevent Asuna? Oh, it's immune to silence. So you can hit this guy with status ailments, but they won't help you any. Armor break would be very helpful here. Okay, this is annoying. Kill Titus as being a butthead. Life out of this guy.
We're succubi, isn't it great?
And maybe this will unconfuse Titus if he gets hit. Thank you. Something's got to get rid of curse. Okay. Holy water will get rid of curse. Now we'll allow her to do an overdrive, and we'll go for Thundara. That's nice. And now he's gonna heal himself. And that's annoying. Anybody know Reflect? I don't think any of my guys know Reflect. Crap. I don't think she knows Reflect, does she? She does! Okay, now we just have to stop doing, magical attacks on it. Beautiful! Or just don't do magical attacks that can be, don't do magical attacks that can be, reflected. I'm pretty sure Drain... No, Drain can be reflected in this game. It's weird how it works. kind of, it just, they show the reflect animation and then it doesn't do anything. It's gonna kill Titus, possibly. I think. Yeah, this is one of the more annoying bosses. But now that we've got reflect on it, it will occasionally heal us, which should make things a little bit easier to take. That's right, wake up. Who will miss with his counterattack? Because the Albed potions do not remove darkness. Eye drops, well, he'll probably go for photon wings on the next turn, but whatever. Let's go a lot faster if we, oh, you know what? There is an item that will inflict, armor break. We should have armor break, but we don't. This should allow us to do more damage. There we go. It has to go a lot faster now. And that's not as bad as it would be, because we got magic break on him. So we got this in hand now. Assuming he's still got reflect applied, I think he still does. Maybe that's why he's not using Krog on himself anymore. Maybe he only does that once. He just casted reflect on Orin. Not sure why he did that. Is he going to start casting Kiraga on Orin? Bounce it back on himself. So that would be actually a pretty smart move for a computer. Yeah, okay, I see what he's doing. I wonder if we can use its tricks against it. Will it auto respond to this the same way it does? Oh, it's actually smart enough to cast haste on Orin. Alright, let's get you out here to spell. Because now he's got protect. This will get rid of reflect, but he's now got protect and haste. He'll be able to Karaga himself, but that will take up a turn. Goes on. Could have won this battle a long time ago, much more easily using summoned creatures, but as always, that just kind of feels like cheating.
I can't speak for anyone else, but I'd like to suck this thing's life out.
Waka is asleep. Orin keeps dying. It's turned into a one-on-one showdown between Sanctuary Keeper and Yuna, which makes sense in a way. Wow.
You just really killed Waka. Really, really dead. Congratulations.
None of the breaks are still applied to it. I guess because of Dispel. I didn't think that would get rid of the negative status stuff. Son of a bitch. even those brakes didn't seem to be applied. Whatever. Overdrives. I'm getting sick of this. Lots of Aurochs logos! So what did that actually do other than cause lots of damage? Did that inflict status stuff on him? I'm getting really sick of this guy. Oh, I can't do anything. Alright, let's get Orin back out here and try to do Magic Break. Oh, I remember the best strategy is to win quickly, but this regen is really pissing me off. I think we do have to get the reflect back on him. You know, Yuna's asleep. Oh, she's been muted. Wow, this is just really going badly. I do remember that the longer this one goes, the worse it is for you. I guess I could be using haste on my own guys more, but... Wake up and... yeah. Yeah, apparently it did something and got rid of those brakes that had been applied to it. That's kind of irritating to me. Need to make sure that if it casts Reflect on one of my party members, we quickly dispel it. Yeah, he's just being a much bigger pain in the butt than I remember him being when I off-screened this. It seemed to kill him pretty quickly then. Is it less than half? Oh, that's right. I think I did mention that Reflect does prevent Drain in this game. Let's try that armor break thing again. Okay. It's trying to use Yuna to bounce beneficial spells back on itself. But I won't let it. Okay, now Power Break is back. Why Magic Break doesn't want to work. You're blind, so this will probably miss. Yeah, it's alright. I wasn't thinking about that. This might kill him too. Although possibly not. Now we have to dispel Orin, because he's trying to sneak beneficial spells back on himself. Is Orin actually blind, or is it just, he's cursed? Well, that makes his... yeah, he's blind. Now everyone's gonna get blind, cursed, and all that other crap. going on. Everyone should be hasted too, if I was smart. Who does and does not have haste? They're all cursed, none of them have haste. Oh, it's Tail Sweep negates haste, that's why I wasn't bothering with haste, okay. Well, let's get Magic Break on him. Alright, now I can just keep everyone's health topped off as best I can and just beat it up. I have Yuna out there to occasionally cast Dispel if it tries to cast Reflect. In a way to try to sneakily start doing positive status stuff on itself. It's one of the smarter boss AIs in this game. I suppose I could cast Shell on my guys. Even with Magic Break, it's doing a lot of damage. Now, Yuna is going to have to Dispel herself. Oh, but we're not all cursed we're not all cursed, so I'd go Blitz Ace, try to finish this a little faster. I think it'll still be Riku throwing him the ball. Almost blew it there. Well, he didn't do that much damage. So this took a lot longer than it should have, but we're pretty much going to win now. Assuming this doesn't like randomly kill us all. Took a lot of Velvet potions. I don't know why Albert potions would cure silence specifically. I can't see a thing. I hope I'm praying for the right people. Oh, you're funny, JG. And if I wanted to get an overkill, I could summon an Aeon, but I don't really care about that at this point. You can tell from the changing camera angle that this was going to be it. And that's it, folks. Generally classified as one of the most powerful enemy models in the game. Excuse me, or at least some of the more powerful and deadly enemies from Final Fantasy X-2 are pellet swaps of that thing.
Rest a little?
No need. We reach the summit soon.
I know. That's why I want to stop for a bit. Soon means that there's not much time left.
Riku.
Shut up.
Fine. I'll think on the way.
Riku, thank you for caring about me. Whatever! Fine.
Return Sphere. Got shitloads of them anyway. From Blitzball.
Hey, come on, let's go.
Let's go. Go! Go! Go!
We are.
Let's go.
Almost there, aren't we?
Dude, you went on natural
We've come
pauses.
a long way.
What's so funny?
No one asked you a direct
You
question.
remind me of myself. Before, the closer I came to Xanarkand, the more I wondered. When we arrive, Brasker will call the final Aeon. He will fight Sin, then die. I thought my mind was made up long before. But when I stood here, my resolve wavered.
Of course, when I stood here, I knew no more than you do
would've
now.
figured.
I know lots now that I won't
Legendary
tell you.
Guardians choke sometimes too, yeah?
Choke their chicken. Gotcha.
Legendary Guardian. I was just a
Well,
boy.
a legendary boy guardian.
Boy about your age, actually. I wanted to change the world too,
To what?
but I changed nothing. That is my story.
Oh, a special moment with Orin walking away dramatically. I'm so much cooler than the rest of these guys. He really is. Okay, let's run back in here. It's like you remind me of myself during a brief period in my life where I had a vagina. Because, you know, just making fun of Titus. See him getting it there? Just in case something goes to hell here. Now, there's a teleporter now. We can go to the Mount Gagazet gate. Let's check and see if the Ronso are still fighting the Guado, or if there are indeed any Ronso alive. And, I don't see any Ronso. Okay, they told us the Ronso had been wiped out. I don't see any Ronso. Still in all, I think we'll pick up from another point. We'll pick up from where I just saved there. Okay, folks, so that was a longer video than I intended for it to be, but when we come back, we'll have, well, we've defeated the Spectral Keeper, Guardian, whatever the heck thing. Surely that means that we're about to get to Xanarkand, right? I don't know. We'll find out next time, folks. I'm Mysterious JG. I want to thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.